Hello, I'm Michael, and this is Tarot by the Tree. We're continuing on our discussion of the minor arcana, and we're in the suit of cups right now, exactly halfway through. We're at the midpoint. This is the card we're looking at today. It's the Six of Cups, and we're calling this card Memory. It's Christmas Eve today. I'd like to say hi to Rosie in Chile and thank her for the kind words. This is the card, the Six of Cups. Just a brief recap is that cups mean happiness. Psychologically, we have no choice. Some people think that they only seek happiness sometimes. But no, we are actually subconsciously and psychologically selfish creatures. We always seek relief from pain, a degree of contentment, and the feeling of happiness. Happiness is like a general bomb. It's like gas in your gas tank. It's something, whether you like it or not, you are always seeking. Even sad people try the best they can to seek happiness. We'll look at this card. We see homes and a keep surrounded by a courtyard where two children seem to be happily playing. The older child, perhaps a boy, gives a cup of flowers to a younger girl. There are 4 cups on the lawn, also brimming with flowers. One cup is elevated as if on a podium or a wall. A distant man on the left walks carrying a spear. We know what the card is now. Let's take a look at the information we get by observing where the card lies on the tree of life, and it lies right in the middle. And we've talked a lot about Tiferet. It is the realm of beauty. And once upon a time, beauty was as important as strength. And there are hopefully a resurgence of beauty now. The place on the tree is Tiferet. It's beauty. It's expressed as love. It's expressed as love in 2 ways. The first way, Tiferet is expressed by the romantic love, the partnership of 2 people. The woman on the left side, Severity, the male on the right side, Mercy. Above is an angel with wings, and we've seen this card mirrored in other cards in the deck too. This is the card of love, of finding love in another person, the 2 of you achieving a kind of synergy where you're more than the sum of your parts. On the tree of knowledge, we see the evolution of love, and it's reflected in the star, who nakedly gives sustenance to the land and water with no thought of reward to herself. This is the kind of love that people learn later in life. And we don't teach this kind of love. We don't want people to be doormats. We don't want people to be giving away everything. So this is a later kind of love that develops after the first kind is known. Beauty is the female realm. Beauty is not decoration. Beauty is an indication of the road to perfection. Beauty should be a starting point in all things. And I think that would be a female perspective. The male perspective is that beauty is the end decoration. And that's a little mix-up that I think we've had. I want to read what Waite has to say. I feel that that's a real good starting point for us. This is the card, and Waite describes and defines it here. Children in an old garden, their cups filled with flowers, divinatory meanings, a card of the past and of memories, looking back as, for example, on childhood, happiness, enjoyment, but coming rather from the past, things that have vanished. And I think that's a very accurate description. The meaning of this card is happiness derived from the past. This could be memories, meeting someone or seeing an item, or perhaps visiting a place or a smell, which is such a powerful evoker of memories. Something else, maybe a dream, has brought this, and it floods your mind with a good feeling that you used to have. That's what this card is about. It's about a memory triggering a feeling that you used to have. And we think of memories as a gift. A good memory actually reminds you, and it strengthens your morality because it makes you remember what is important. If this happy feeling from a past memory occurs, it's obviously of some importance to your own psyche. It reconnects you to forgotten emotions and memories. And we're just going to look at the idea of memories from the past. We're going to take a little digression and we're going to look at the good and the bad of it. Memories can be a crutch for some people. Memories are not a place for us to live, they're a place for us to visit. And we see that in the Five of Cups. It's a warm, safe, evocative place. Your past should not be a glory used to impress people. The past is a gift to you, helping you reconnect and reestablish your values. In the card, we can see the buildings. These buildings represent a degree of comfort and a degree of protection. They are homes and security. And we notice walking a man with a spear, a guardian. All of this is to say, this is a safe place. You can't be hurt here. These are your memories. Things have already happened. You're visiting it and you're receiving happiness. And the safety of this memory is probably part and parcel of the whole experience. The flowers represent beauty, and indeed, this is in the Sephra of beauty, Tiferet. It's cups, it's joy, and there's one cup that is celebrated for its own sake and is raised up on that bit of wall. And celebrating joy for its own sake is a thing that children automatically do. And it's a reminder that adults have to do this as well. Feeling joy and pursuing happiness should not be considered a guilty pleasure. It should be considered as a necessary part of our well-being. In a way, this card merges the Lovers and the Star. As in the Lovers, we have the meeting of two people. As in the Star, we have the older child giving a thing of beauty to a younger child without the expectation of anything in return. Memories from the past. It's not a harmless self-indulgence. It's actually a positive self-indulgence. This strengthens some of the things that we suspect to be true and know to be true in our lives. Why don't we turn to some of the questions?
Now, why is the woman or the girl looking away and she's wearing a mitt?
She is wearing a mitten, and I had not noticed that. And that's very interesting. And you can't see her other hand, and the boy does not have mittens at all. What was the question again?
Why is she looking away?
I thought she was looking up in gratitude and admiration to the boy and the flower, the lily that he has.
She almost looks embarrassed or...
Interesting.
Yeah.
I did not see that. I just saw the merger of two children and remembering childhood pleasures. The only thing I would guess about the mitten is it's just a further sign of her security. This is a dream. And we've got all these signs of security. We've got the guard and the keep, the flowers, the sign of beauty. And perhaps this is just another sign of being warmly clad and comfortable.
I'm noticing that the difference, like he's way oversized. And it brings to mind when children draw pictures of their parents, they are at least as big as or bigger
I
than the
know.
parent.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe that's a reflection of that, unless you have another idea.
No, I'm interested in what you're saying, and I think maybe other people will notice some things too. But this is primarily a card of childhood memories, something that brings you good feelings.
What's inside the building surrounding the courtyard?
Everything. The idea that this is a village wrapped around a courtyard echoes the idea that this is a very safe, very complete, well-stocked place. With the windows, we see that there are homes, and that's where the children with a degree of comfort live. Beside the building is a more protective structure, which means they are under no threat here.
There are fortified buildings and a guard with a spear. What are they defending against?
They're defending. I have here the cult of. Can you go on to the next question and let me come back to that one?
Why is it important to be happy without accomplishing anything?
In society, I don't know when this happened, we entered into the cult of busy, where people believe busyness is sanctified behavior. They feel that there's a goodness bestowed on them by virtue of being busy. And of course, anyone who thinks about this knows that there's good busy and bad busy. There's all kinds of busy. There's also pointless, meaningless busy. I think enjoying happiness for its own sake, we had mentioned before that this is something that children do, and it's something that adults also have to do. We can't always cloak our joy in meaningful or productive guise. There is no guilt in enjoyment and experiencing happiness. And this is not one of the things you would term guilty pleasure. This is a pleasure. Pleasure is important. And perhaps, like beauty, pleasure has been a little bit downgraded as non-essential when indeed it is absolutely essential.
What makes this memory special?
This memory is special because it brings an emotion into you that you didn't have before. It makes you remember something, and it could be friendship, security, the time you did something good for someone, the time somebody did something good for you. But it is almost a blanket kind of awareness of safety and comfort and being happy for no specific reason, and just doing whatever it is that made you happy.
That you enjoy.
Absolutely.
What is the purpose of this card?
The purpose of this card, we all have special memory, and it reminds us of what's really important in our lives. This would not be a special memory unless it was somehow lodged in part of your morality. You know it's important. These memories that bring happiness also have a message, and they will help us recall more the essence of our life rather than all the unnecessary busyness that we all have to be engaged in.
In looking at her, her expression really pulls to me, and it might even have something to do with the fortified buildings, that there is something to guard against. What are they defending against? Is it, are they're good memories, but there was an undercurrent somehow there.
Interesting. Maybe this is a little escape for somebody, these memories, and these memories are a little bit of a sanctuary against a reality that they find difficult.
And also, we write our own past. Well,
Oh, don't we? And we rewrite our own past. That's so true. Our memories become distorted, usually in the direction of happiness, too.
what would you say in a reading if someone was represented by this card?
Um, you would tell the person, as you're going about your day, something may trigger memories from your past. This will be accompanied by a feeling of mild happiness. Don't let this memory just pass over you. Stop for a second and think a little deeper into it, and dwell a little longer in that feeling. There's something that your memory is trying to bring to your consciousness. There's something about childhood happiness that may be an important inclusion into your life today.
Final thoughts.
Indulge in your memories. Let your memories teach you. Don't use the past to impress others. And that's it for today. It's Christmas Eve. Wish everybody the best. Merry Christmas. Bye for now.